the most important is not selling just a macaron, it's also selling a quality product. The macaron, the shell has to be a little bit crunchy, just enough. It cannot be a cookie. It has to be crunchy, and then you have the softness of the ganache under. We came out really with a perfect shell of macaron, made with EVERY, not made with an animal protein. And it's really exciting by the fact that it can give the same flavor that the macaron that we usually do.
I just bought these macarons and I tasted them. So I bought one that is a normal macaron and I bought the EVERY Egg macaron, and they taste the same. It's amazing. So I'm going to show you this taste test. All right, so I've ordered the two macarons. One of them is the vegan one, well, animal-free one. It's made from egg whites that are synthesized by DNA. So I got one of those, and then I got the one here, which is just the regular ones. So I want to do a taste test. So here we have one of the regular ones and one of the animal-free ones. Light, really good. So it's interesting because, this is the normal egg one. And what I found is that generally the ones I've gotten are more dense. It seems like this one is, which is the animal-free one, the cream they use is a lot lighter and fluffier. It's really good. But I've also had a couple, they did one with chocolate, they did one with salted caramel, and those were dense on both of them. But I honestly can't really tell a difference. I can on the consistency, because you can see here the difference in consistency, but I really can't in terms of and so like the consistency changes the flavor as well, but I really can't in terms of the when they were both dense like this one. That was my review. They both tasted the same to me. Apart from the cream they used made it different, and so it was a bit hard to tell for some of them, but the shell where they actually have the egg white in it, and when I first tasted it, like, I don't really eat macarons that much, so I don't really know about them. I don't know how they're made, but I did some looking into it afterwards, and you put the egg white in the shell, and that's where they use the powder, and that part tastes the same. So I'm just blown away that you can actually get a vegan macaron today or animal free, technically, that is the same as one made by a normal chicken. So I highly recommend, if you're going to be investing in this space, that you check out this company. They're based out of San Francisco, and you can buy their macarons online. I'll put their link to their website in the bottom if you want to check them out. In the meantime, let's see what the chef has to say about the product.
So I've been working for over 30 years now, traveling in many places in the world. In US, I had the opportunity to work many times with Ritz-Carlton. Then I worked with Mandarin Oriental, and then I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, and I worked for 5 years at the Wynn and then at the Bellagio. From the Bellagio, we decided with my wife to open our business, and that's here we are. Bringing Every as a vegan macaron, it really, I mean, for us, it's going to be something, a step forward. I work with Aquafaba, who's a chickpea product. It's great, it's a great product, but at the end of the day, it's still a starch. Every is not a starch product. Every, it's a total different entity. It brings you the protein that you can find in the egg white, but it doesn't bring you the animal product. Unfortunately, the egg white, what you find out with it, it's that depending the season, it can be by the winter and the summer, the quality of the egg white vary. The difference with the Every, it's all year long. We're gonna have the perfect consistency as a product. It's very important to know that that product is a one-to-one. It's so easy to work with because I just replaced the amount of egg white that I was using before by the Every product. And the process is exactly the same than a regular macaron. It's so simple to do if you know already how to do a macaron. And I said it's impossible. In 2 tests, we already reached what we wanted. I was expecting to do 10 or 20 tests. And after 2 tests, it was already what I was expecting. With Every, I think we just at the beginning, it's the tip of the iceberg. We're just discovering that we can do macarons, but the extension of that product in the future, it's really a lot. There's a very famous French chef who always said, if you have the best product, you will have always the best customers. We really came out with a fantastic product, which actually was really, you couldn't even do the difference what was a real macaron and what was Every macaron. So it's at that point that it was very important to me to say, okay, we need to jump on that. That is the future of tomorrow. It's when we move forward with a vegan, that's where we're going to reach a higher level than everybody else, because everybody else still using that starch product.
So I can't emphasize the 2 things that Patrick just said enough. One, with the Every product today, there is no difference between normal baking and vegan baking. And for him, making macarons are really just the beginning. He's going to start making a lot more vegan baked products, cakes, cookies, pastries, all those kinds of things. I don't know if you have any friends who are vegan. Maybe you're vegan. I've tried being vegan about 6 months, probably about 12 years ago, and I really like baking. I like baked goods, and now you can do better, but at the time when I became vegan, everything just tasted like shit. And that just put me off being vegan because I felt like I was dieting and suffering um, more than I was really helping anything. And so I stopped really actually becoming vegan for that reason. So for me, I'm super excited about this product because it gives you high quality animal free egg whites that we can actually use to make good quality baking. The other thing that Patrick said that's really important for investors is about consistency. And this is where the Every product is much better than traditional eggs. So maybe you're not vegan, you don't care about that kind of stuff, but the reason that this product is better, depending on seasons, the quality of the egg whites will vary, and that changes your consistency with baking, and it changes the quality of product that you'll get, and you can't get a consistent product because the egg whites change. But with precision fermentation, we can precisely control the ingredients, and the egg white doesn't change over time, so we get a consistent product. Like in my last video where I went through the Wired article on how cultivated meat is going to bring a lot more consistency in the supply chains, we're going to get the same effects here, but we're going to get even more pronounced consistency in terms of the product itself. The product's just simply better. So I'm Chris. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video where I'll get into more detail on EVERY, the company, and how they make their egg whites and how you can invest in them using the public markets. See you guys.